Before you even think about starting to film your online class, you really need to have your niche and target audience figured out. Because making an online class that you think is a good idea, but to find out that nobody else wants to buy it, sucks. I'm in my kitchen right now with my phone and 2 buckets full of aluminum foil. Why? Because I want to show you that you can make a great online course with the tools that you've already got. So it's time to start planning your next step. It's time for another smart tip. How do you say it? Do you say niche or niche? Hey, so today we're going to be talking about the 2 marketing terms that you need to be thinking about before you even start building your online course. Your market niche and target audience. Before we get to that though, if you want a lot of other great tips on creating your online course, make sure to sign up for the Smart Course Maker. There, I'll walk you through the steps of creating your online course using the tools you already have and essentially no budget. I'm filming this video right now in my kitchen to prove that it can be done. Seriously, my pots and pans are hanging above my head right now. A quick assignment to start us off here. Grab a pen and paper. Seriously, do it. First, jot down this. My course niche is in... And now go ahead and fill in the blank. Second, I could easily directly contact people who will buy my course when it's ready if I just... Now fill in that blank. Save this because we'll talk about this at the end of the video. So, you probably already have an idea of the course that you'd like to create. It could be a course on language, math, philosophy. You know the talent you have, and now you just need to figure out what will be the best way to share your knowledge with the world. Before you sit down and start planning out your classes, you need to do some research first and try to figure out what niche you're trying to appeal to and the target audience who will want to buy your course. I know, aren't those just marketing terms? Isn't that the kind of thing I need to start worrying about when I'm trying to sell my course and not create it? And that's exactly why so many courses fail. I could tell you story after story of people who spent a lot of time creating an online course that they thought was perfect, only to find out that there really was no audience out there that wanted to buy it. Reverse engineering the way you create your course by thinking about the marketing first will help you with every step of your journey and make things a lot easier and your course a lot better. To start, knowing who you're making your course for and always having their possible questions and needs in mind will help you focus the content that you want to offer in your course. Not only will you be able to hone in the topics that you'll cover, but you'll also feel inspired throughout the whole process when you think of that specific audience in consideration, and you feel even more determined to give them solutions to their problems. Additionally, this is a great opportunity to open up a dialogue with groups that you might consider to be prospective buyers. Run questions about classes by folks in Facebook groups or on social media to better understand what their pain points are and where their gaps in knowledge might be. By doing this, when the time comes for you to finally launch your course, you'll have a product that you know is filling a niche in the market. And depending on how well you connected with this audience in the process of making your course, they're probably already going to be eager to buy what you're offering. So, let's say you're thinking about creating a course on yoga. This has become an incredibly broad niche these days. There are all kinds of sub and micro niches within the broader category of yoga. So let's say you're thinking about a style of yoga that will help aging athletes. What age range? What income range? Is this more for male athletes, female athletes, or both? These are all things that will determine your niche and your target audience. With this in mind, you need to start researching where and how you will reach these folks online, what needs they have, and also what are the options for online courses that are already out there. Now here's why looking into your niche and target audience before you even start creating your course is so important. Let's say that you start following several yoga groups and several groups for older athletes who may never have done yoga before, and you start to notice some things. First, maybe there are already a lot of different yoga classes out there being directed toward older athletes. Who would have thought? Or you're being way too specific with your sub-niche and audience, and there won't be enough interest in a product that is being so direct. But in your research, you start to see that there are a lot of athletes of all ages that could use yoga to help them recover from injury. These tend to be more middle-income folks who maybe can't afford the more expensive physical therapy, but paying $100 or $200 for an online course is not out of the question. You also start to notice that this audience is never found in yoga group, but on medical and athletic sites seeking information about their injuries. This is all great information to know before you start building your course. Not only have you realized that you can appeal much more effectively to a wider audience by shifting the focus of your course, you now know where these folks are online. You can start asking them what type of therapy they're doing. See if they would think about buying a yoga course if it were directed to their needs as recovering athletes. This last part about getting a solid idea of what this audience is willing to buy is key. You might already have an audience or social media or fans out there who always give you likes and always seem to love what you have to say, you influencers out there. But will your followers want to buy your course from you? I don't know about you, but I give a lot of likes to folks. I love their free content. But when it comes time to pull up my wallet, my standards start to change. But if you've already established your niche and you know your target audience, and if you've even surveyed some groups to see what their needs are, you can build a course that will be much easier to market when the time comes to start making sales. So, think about these things, especially as you're getting started. Be certain that there is a niche and target audience already out there and understand what they're willing to pay for. This information will guide you as you start planning lessons and will also encourage you to seek out prospective buyers and pick their brains to avoid delivering a product like that original niche you had in mind and only to discover that it was way too narrow or that people just aren't willing to pay for it. Construct your course according to the research you carry out on your niche and audience, and marketing your course for your first launch will be a breeze. There's some great tips about how to find your niche and target audience. I put some blog posts below, and don't forget to sign up for the Smart Course Maker if you want tons of great tips structured in a way to get your first online course up and running. Okay, remember what you wrote down at the start of the video? You did write that down, right? So what do you think about your niche now? Do you still think it's a good one? And those ways you can easily contact people who will buy your course when it's ready. That was an easy question, right? Probably not. But at least you've started to think about this before you create your course and have no idea if folks will buy it. This way of contacting people who will buy your course in the future, hang on to this one. We'll talk more about this in the next video about structuring your course. Until then, so I hope you like the tip. If you're thinking about or if you're already trying to create your online course at home, you should really sign up for the Smart Course Maker. It's a great way to get some guidance from professionals on how to build your course. You'll get fantastic tips organized in a way to walk you through the process, from the development of your original idea to the marketing of your final product. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next Smart Tip.